Hi, this is John.
And Jess.
And we are the Relationship Revivalists, and we are coming to you today on this very wonderful day, wherever you may be in this world. Most of you are probably in America, but that's not to close us into a box. So today we're going to continue on with our subject that we've been talking about all week. And if you haven't seen any of the videos from Monday through up until now, go ahead and go back and watch those.
But this one will still really help you too. So you can watch this one first if you want to.
Absolutely. So the topic today is basically going to be about, I'll let you talk.
What happens when you set boundaries?
Oh my word.
Oh my goodness.
Mind blown.
Right? And when you think about setting boundaries, and if you're a little bit new to this, it can feel terrifying. Like, I don't know how they're going to react, but really, do we have any control over that? No, we don't. We don't have to worry about how others are going to react when we set boundaries, but the important thing is that we do set them.
Yeah.
Now, we're not just setting boundaries arbitrarily just to be setting them.
No.
Right. Usually it comes naturally in life. There will be a time, multiple times in our lives, everybody's life, when it feels like someone has crossed the line or crossed a boundary.
Testing you
out.
Yes.
Right. Like, children are very good at this, but adults are super good at it.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And some people will say, well, he or she is just manipulating me, and you try to play the victim. That's not the angle you want to go at.
No, because no one wins. When you play the victim, no one wins, and then you feel lousy, and they still don't know what you're thinking or what your boundaries are. So they're not winning either, really. Even if they feel like they might be, they're really not. So, what happens when you set boundaries? Some very important things happen.
Yes.
First of all,
they're exciting too.
Very exciting. First of all, when you clearly set a boundary, you are respecting yourself, and in turn, you're getting respect from the other person too. And we don't just set boundaries just to get respect. We set boundaries because something didn't feel right, and we need to let that person know that they crossed a line. It didn't feel right, and this is what should happen instead.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
where did that respect come from, though? It came from loving yourself.
Exactly. Isn't that great? Respect and love go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, it's so important to respect ourselves, and we're also respecting the other person and giving them the benefit of the doubt that they will do as we wish in that way, that they really do love you and do want to respect your boundaries. Right. So it's important and up to us to communicate those boundaries. Right. And also, a key thing here is when you put that boundary up, that it makes life easier for you. It really does. And the sooner you let people know your boundaries, and the sooner you enforce those boundaries and uphold them, the easier it is to keep doing it. I think it's hardest at first because it's like, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But the more you do something, the more you practice something, like anything in life, it gets easier and better, and you feel better at it. And then pretty soon, you won't let anyone cross that line.
Yeah. And so you've got the first one, and the second one here is really cool. It's going to help you see the truth better. Like, it uncovers things. In the Bible it says God makes your pathways straight. This is absolutely what this is doing. You're setting your boundaries, and what do you know? Wow, things are like clear as day. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what decisions I'm going to make, and it's just it's eye-opening. So number one is that you're going to get that respect, and it's a two-way thing. And then two, you're going to see the truth better. Isn't that exciting? I mean, it's totally exciting for me.
Absolutely exciting. Yeah, and along with that, you're seeing the truth, and you're kind of seeing, well, not really seeing into the future, but I think boundaries are kind of to future-proof yourself and your relationship also. Yeah. Because when you don't make a boundary usually just for the moment. You're also seeing, am I going to like this later on, 2 weeks from now, if they do the same thing, or 5 years from now when they're really doing it a lot. Is this going to be okay? Is this going to fly?
Yeah.
You kind of have to think into the future like that. And if you don't like how that looks or how that feels, you better put that boundary up right now. Right? And then the last thing, we talked about relationships and boundaries. And it's so important that we know each other's boundaries. Like what, it's important that John knows what I will and won't allow, and that I know what he will and won't allow. So that's a whole other conversation that you should be having with your partner. But also, you and your partner need to have a conversation of what you will allow and won't allow when people come to you and your relationship. Right, so it's important to remember that your relationship is sacred. It's worth upholding, and boundaries just happen to be the way to do it.
Yeah. So those are the 3 things that are going to really, help you with your boundaries. And these are the things that happen, the results of what happens when you put boundaries in place. So if you are interested in learning more about boundaries, more about the different strategies for relationship, we encourage you to download the PDF that we've created. We've been talking about this PDF all week, and it's really the best thing that you could do for your relationship, because it's going to give you tons of strategies. It's a short read, but it's jam-packed with these strategies. Go ahead and go over to therelationshiprevivalists.com/7 secrets and download that PDF. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
See you later.